And Tomas Björk decided he was going to Scot to see the match. He had played a bit of football in his younger days. He was a reserve substitute in the Junior C football team for several years. But he never had been a crop hark in his life. So he goes off into Galway City on the Saturday morning to buy his ticket to go on the train to go to the match on the Sunday. And when he was going up and onto the train, anyway, met some of the boys and they said, "What are you going to do tonight?" "I said, I don't know," says the master. He said, "I suppose," he said, "I'll go drinking water." "I know," says one of the boys. "What'll I do?" he said. "Go to a disco." He said, "It will be a cultural experience for you." And he was when Tomas Björk got off the train, first thing he done is got digs, and then he decided he bet in towards the middle of the city to see what was going on. And he was going in along, and when he saw this big sign out in front of him, "Disco here tonight, €40 to get in." Oh, Jesus, Mary and George, we said, "What, €40 to get into it? That's an awful lot of money," he said, "to get into a disco." He said, "That's the price of a nice lemming back where I come from," he said. And he made bets in as far as this pub, and he was never one of these pubs before in his life. Like, went up to the counter and all these new drinks, never had them, Jimmy's and Tommy's, McCarthy's and Twelves, Feck, Froggies, Mickey's, Flint's, never had them in his life. Why have been to Jimmy's and Tommy's, and he went about 10 or 12 of them. And then he decided that he'd go back to the flat to go sprucing himself up to go disco dancing. And when he went out, and he was sure he couldn't find the digs. And he had a cane sight in his pocket, and he pulled it out and he showed it to some of the boys around. He said, "Could any of you tell me," he said, "a door that kid fit around here?" Just betting in, and he was towards the middle of the city, and still thinking about this disco, and still thinking about this 40 euros. "Yes," he said, "I haven't that kind of money at all. He's DDI money, or discretionary disposable income." It was very low. He was like Ireland, he was half broke. Next thing he saw these 3 or 4 Dublin lads anyway, and he sat down beside them and he started explaining his case to them. "Yes, lads," he said, "I'm going to disco dancing," he said, "but just 40 euro, I haven't that kind of money at all. Is there any way," he said, "a lad could get in for this? Or better still," he said, "could a lad get in for nothing?" "Oh, BJ," says one of the Dublin lads, he said, "walk in backwards and then thinks that you're coming out." Puts on the Galway cap and he was starts walking in. Next thing he sees this lady, and when she says to him, "You're from Galway?" "Because I am from Galway." That's how he said, "Tell me this," she said, "will you sleep with me for £50? Yes, he said, "I've no interest in sleeping with anyone," he said, "I'm going disco dancing." She said, as a matter of interest," she said, "will you be here tomorrow night?" "Well, to tell you the truth," she said, "I'm here every night." She said, "if you're here tomorrow night," he said, "I'll come back and I'll earn the £50. Walks up as far as the disco, and he was just walking in backwards, and one of the boys sees him, gives him a little tap on the shoulder and says, "Thanks for coming." He said, "and I hope you win the match tomorrow." Into the disco, and he was never in a place like this before in his life. This was a long, long way from the hills of Connemara. This was a different continent altogether. And all these girls, and he never seen as many in his life. And these were proper girls. Never before in Tomas Björk's life had he seen so much and had been covered by so little. Off up to the bar, and he was in a couple of Jimmys and Tommys, and the next thing his eyes got focused on this one over from him, and he was looking at her, and he knew that she was a bit of a keep-fit expert because he could see a ratchet in her curtain. And he also knew that she had experience with men because she wore black garters in memory of all those that went beyond. A couple of more Jimmys and Tommys, he decided he bent over his fellows, the one with a bit of experience. Stood in front of her and said to her, "Will you try me?" "Ah, PJ," she said, "I thought you'd never ask." Out onto the dance floor, and he was never in a place like this before in his life either. All the lights he thought the stairs were falling. And as for the noise, well, to give a headache to a packet of aspirin. Dancing away, and he was in all fairness now, when you come to Tomas Björk, you wouldn't start dishing out brownie pints as regards his ability to dance. And your mum and she said, "Get into the rhythm," and she said, "Get into the rhythm," and she said, "Show a bit of enthusiasm, show a bit of, dig the beat, man, dig the beat, dig the beat." And Jesus, Tomas Björk Pug, he said, "Well, shut up about taking beat." He said, "I know nothing about beat." He said, "I never saw it beat in me life." I'm a sheep farmer from Cunnaman. Tell me this, he said, "You dance here often?" "No," she said, "but sometimes I dances over there." She says, "Will you have a drink?" She says, "I can't wait," she said. Off up to the bar and a couple of more Jimmys and Tommys, and she had about 5 or 6 Bacardis and Cokes. And then she was looking at Tomas Björk and she was delighted with her prized possession. But she never in her life had chatted up anything quite like Tomas Björk in her life. But she was a bit iffy about Tomas Björk's age. So she says to him, "When is your birthday?" And he said, "The 22nd of September." She said, "What year?" "Every year," sister. Out onto the dance floor anyway for the last dance of the evening, and at this particular time of the night, parts of Tomas Björk that had been redundant for a long time started to blossom again. And he says to one, he says, "Can I see you home?" "Oh, Chief," she said, "I can't wait." Well, then out onto the night sky, and she was looking up into Tomas Björk's eyes, and he was looking down, and he says, "What's bothering you now?" "Oh, jeez, Tomas Björk," she said. "Tomas Björk," she said, "I'm hot," she said. "I'm very, very hot," she said. "Well, Jesus, Tomas Björk," he said, "'tis no wonder you're hot," he said, "because you must have the best part of the price of 2 trailers on my truck."
I told you he was good.